Hello everyone, welcome back to the Our Life and Work Tips channel. I'm Rafael Chakouris and today we're going to speak about teamwork. We're going to split the topic in two videos, so stay tuned for the next video when it's going to come up. Today's topics in the part 1, it's about how you need to feel in a team and what you need to give in your team so you're going to get to be a collaborative and team player person in your team. First of all, you need to understand that when you are in a team environment, you are not the one person. You don't have an I. We are we. Even you are two persons still. You are a part of the team, so you're doing work with another person or a lot of persons. So first of all, you need to understand everything you do reflects in the team. So personally, when you work in something and have an idea, you can ask for help. You can discuss a topic that you consider in view, or you can give an extra thoughts to the members of team how they can help them also improve themselves. If you're thinking that you are alone and you are the only person that doing the work, that is effectively is gonna cause the teams a lot of problems, because what's gonna come in a team meetings, you're gonna say, I did that, so because I did that, the work is not working correctly, but mine is the correct way, so the entire team needs to change their ways. And that is coming to a personal environment that you be all the time the person that you say I and is not part of the team, and you don't consider that all the team. What you need to do is, first of all, you need to understand how the team works. So team works as a part of you. So when you make a move or you start creating something, that means you get the consent of the team understands what you need to do and you try to make it together. So for example, when you start building a house, you need a team of workers that they're gonna work together to build the house. So first of all, you're gonna start from the diggers to try to create the base for your house. Then they're gonna come, the people they're gonna put the beton in, and then they're gonna put the irons inside the beton and go on and go on. If that team is not working together and someone starts and say, oh, I need to do that one before you, but then someone else come and put something else before the others, that means the team is not going to work efficiently. And that's why the I is not existing in the team. That's why we say the I is not a part of a team. It's because in the end, what is causing problems, point of thinking, and necessary battles against each other in the team, and also destroys the mood. Second one, you need to see how your culture in a team, the feeling you get in the team, the feeling you need to get in any team, even you are gonna be there for just 5 days or a week or a month or even a year, or you don't know how much you're gonna be in that team, you need to feel that you belong there. I know we have a lot of different people around, you know that it's gonna be not everyone with the same mindset, but what's gonna happen is if you are open and collaborate with your team, still you're gonna feel a part as a team, and that's gonna influence also your team, because we know that if we play correctly and see ourselves as we need to do that one all together, eventually our team is gonna become also influenced by our own actions. So we're gonna start becoming a little bit a leading figure in the feelings of trying to create a nice collaborative team environment that we're gonna have. That is very nicely and amazing for us, because as a person, by helping others or creating a collaborative space and community around us in the team, or also in the company that you exist, that it's gonna make a tremendous amount in your personal feelings, because you're actually feeling that you're achieving not just in your work, but achieving to have a nice community that you can go on and speak and discuss problems without having the feeling of blame or the thought that something's gonna go wrong and something bad happen. The third is, as a personal feeling, is that you need to understand one thing. You're going as a pack together with your team. So the work you need to do is, you need to understand every step with your team. So you need to bring all the team in the same level. Basically, for yourself, you need to understand exactly what your team is doing. Because if you don't understand exactly what the team is doing, you can get confused in a different other things that coming along. First of all, you need to be the person that you understand in your personal self, that you're gonna be able to understand what teams, how it's working. Because I know sometimes it's having some teams that actually come together, discuss some things, and then go away, do their jobs, and coming back together. And actually discussing what they find, what they didn't find, what is the problems they find, etc. And trying to create the project how they believe it. It's not just what they're doing, it's just their way how they do it. But that is not actually a nice collaborative team, because what is happening is people, they work isolated from each other. They're thinking, until I finish my work, that means I cannot go back to the team. That's a wrong approach. When you be in a team, you need to be all the time connected with the other team and see with what persons in the team you need to be connected. So you're gonna be able to produce the work you need, because each team is gonna have a separate, each member of the team is gonna have a separate task. So that means that separate task though is dependent for someone else that is doing the task. So you need to be communicative with that person's in the task. And basically in the change line, you need to understand exactly what you're looking and what is the immediate person before you or after you, that you need to have a full connection with them, so you know when changes coming in, what is happening, why we change it, and what you need to adapt it on it. And that's why you work in a very nice environment in the team, and you don't need to get tapped to the entire project of the team all the time. You need to focus in your task for the current period of time, but also communicate with the different people in the team so you can have the best able solution created for your task. You can also go to people they have more knowledge or more better understanding of it, or they are the leaders of the project, and ask them different questions, because now you see and understand basically the baseline of the project, and now you're doing your task, and based on the communication that you have with other team members, based on the projects and the tasks you're doing that they have immediate effect, you can go and start speaking with them and find out if that's the correct way, if you have some new ideas to give away, or some concerns that thing is not the correct way they're doing it, because they are part of your team. So they maybe lead the project and maybe have different responsibilities, but as for you, you are part of the team and you're doing the actual work they need to be done for completing the project. So your opinion is matter. So that is what is gonna give you also to become a team player, by sharing your thoughts and your opinion with the team when you're doing something in the current moment. And that's why it's giving you away the fear of that I'm not doing correct the job, because your feelings can be speak with other people in the team, and also speak with the leaders of the team, and actually find out if your idea is correct or not, and also find the reason behind it, so you can be also work better, or in the end find something together that is even better than your thought, what it was the initial task, and combine them so it becomes something new and something better that is going to help the team and the project to move forward. A small example of that one in the software engineering area, if you have a team also, and the project is running about, you have an architecture person that is going to be the architecture of the software. And sometimes developers, what they have found is that something is not correct in the architecture, something is missing, or we need something extra to be added because they cannot be communicate the different softwares like we thought in the start. That way they can go back to the team leaders, that is the person, and then speak to the architects and find out that is the issue and find different ways around it. And they don't gonna feel that they are bad because they're doing that one because they're pointing some issues. They're gonna feel accomplished because they find that it's an issue and they come to discuss it so they can find a better solution to move forward and not lose any time. Because if they don't tell it, if they don't do something to do it and just left it and just say that I do the job and put the I in front, then what's gonna happen is the team and the project is gonna start being upsetting because they're losing deadlines times, they have an issues or different problems that they appear because of that task is not being completed correctly, and the member is not tell it until the moment that everything was done and we said, oh, everything was okay, but when we put the task it was not correct, that means we have an issue, and then Teams is running to fix that issue. That is why it's a key of it to have communication with your entire team with never position they be. Sometimes in the companies you have some hierarchy, but still it's a part of your team as they're part of the project that you're working on. Also, don't be scared to speak with people and think they are busy on it. The reason is, if you are working in a team, every time you're gonna have a person that they're gonna say you, they are busy for one time, a second time also. But not be afraid to speak to people because they are doing their jobs. The reason is because you need to understand what you're doing, and if you have an issue and you need that person from the team, you just need to wait for them. Don't get discouraged and not contact them because they're telling you they are busy, because different persons in the team, they have different responsibilities, and also they have a lot of time making meeting calls and they want to meet some deadlines they have set, etc. So never be discouraged to speak to other people just because they tell you 1 or 2 times that they are busy. Then find a way to check their calendars or find a different way to find them in a nice time. They are not busy and they're gonna be able to willing to help you. Sometimes also, if you have some calls and they feel a lot of busy, it's better to reschedule that call, because you need to understand, if you need to understand better what you're doing, you need to speak for them when they have more clear in their mind, so they can actually answer your question correctly, not rushing to move to the next meetings or just give you a 2-minute response that is not going to help you at all and you're going to be still the same place. It's better for you to understand that different people, they have different needs in your team, and you need to get along with their selves and their task, what they're doing, and be understandable sometimes if they don't have time also to communicate with you, even if you yourself every time give time for them, even if you don't have it. It's just how persons they are, so that is not something you need to call as a grudge. So, a small recap what you need to do in the team. First of all, you need to remove the I from yourself when you work in the team. The second one, you need to speak with your team members. Third one, you need to be understandable about your team members and their lives, because it's not just work. Also, sometimes a personal life can affect a person in their work, so you need to be understandable. And for the most of all, don't actually be scared to speak to other people, even they are higher position than you in part of the team, to point out some issues that you actually believe they are not correct, or you need a better understanding of it. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please put a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't subscribe, and hit the notification button. Also put a comment below what you believe, how actually a person needs to react in a team environment and how can become a team player. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.